Now, a few days ago, I did a video on 5 GoPro hacks, and one of the hacks was to, like if you're shooting a time lapse and you don't have one of these things, you can kind of, in editing, pan the shot. You keyframe from the left and then pan all the way to the right if you're shooting at a really high resolution. Now, I looked into this and I actually bought one, and I stumbled on a cool video that this Spanish guy made. And the video is completely in Spanish, and I sort of understand a little bit. But what he did was he made a pan and tilt time-lapse rig using 2 of these. So that's what I want to make today. I want to make one of these. So I got 2 of these little kitchen timers, and I bought these on Amazon. And if you get these from Amazon, they're a little pricey, $11 each or something like that. But if you can get 2 Ikea, I think they're only $5 each. But if you don't have an Ikea nearby, I have a link down below if you want to buy it from Amazon. And if you have Amazon Prime, you'll get these things in 2 days. So we're going to need a few things. Those 2 things, obviously, those 2 kitchen timers, and a few screws, brackets, and basically going to be following this guy's tutorial that he did, because I feel like his is the most efficient way to do it. So yeah, let's get started. Yeah, I get like so lost in here, but I think I found everything. So basically all you need is these insert nuts. That's gonna go to the base for your tripod. And you're gonna need these like corner brackets here. So that's all you need. Probably looks like I'm talking to myself, but everything else is pretty much usable from the 2 timers. So that's all you need. This is I think $4 and $3, so $7. Plus the timers. Looks like it's gonna start raining soon. You can see it like coming in right there behind me. Maybe I'll get done in time and I'll get a nice sweet pan tilt time lapse of the storm coming in. See what happens. All right, so all you're gonna need is 2 of these timers, a corner brace, and an insert nut. We're gonna begin by taking apart one of the kitchen timers. Flip the timer upside down and you'll notice that there's a rubber gripping on the bottom. There's actually 3 tiny screws under the rubber gripping, and we need to remove those. After you remove the 3 screws, you could pull off the bottom. And now gently pull apart the timer from the top. What we're going to work on now is the base. The base is going to be what's attached to your tripod. And we're going to need to drill a hole right in this area. I'm using this circle as a reference. I started out with a small drill bit just to get the hole started. And then I went in with a bigger drill bit. Now remember, this hole has to match the insert nut. I needed the hole to be a little bit bigger, so I drilled on an angle to widen the hole. I placed the insert nut into the hole and gently hammered it in. Just be careful because the timer is kind of weak, so it can be damaged. Now that we have the insert nut plugged in, we can attach it back to the timer. And now we're going to remove this black bottom piece, so just unscrew the center screw and pull it apart. And now we're done with the first timer. So grab the other timer and we're gonna take that one apart as well. So do the same thing, flip it upside down, pull out the 3 screws, and remove the center screw. The next thing we're gonna do is attach the corner braces. And you're actually gonna need a few washers. I forgot to mention this in the beginning. And you're gonna use the same screw that was in the center from the black piece. Make sure not to tighten the screws too much because it could damage the timer inside. And that's pretty much all you need to do with the timers, and now we're going to get the GoPro attached. Before I get started, let me just tell you that this method that I'm showing you right now is too heavy for the time-lapse rig, so don't do this method right here. But what I'm doing is attaching the adhesive sticker to the flat mount, and I'm going to attach it to the side of the time-lapse rig. And I'm going to use the J-buckle, the 3-way pivot arm, and the GoPro frame to get it attached. And now I'm going to attach the time-lapse rig to my tripod. So I'm actually running into a problem here. The GoPro is too heavy. The GoPro is too heavy for these little timers. So eventually, like a minute in, the timers just stop because they can't handle all that weight. So I'm trying to figure out what I can do here. I bent the bar a little bit, the bracket, so that it doesn't lean so much to the right. So I don't know, messing around with it right now, trying to figure something out. All right, back to square one. I need to make this a lot lighter, so I'm gonna remove the adhesive sticker and attach another one. and I'm gonna attach my GoPro frame on its side to the adhesive sticker. And now it's a lot lighter, but... So yeah, that whole thing just was a waste of time. It didn't work. It seems like the GoPro is just way too heavy for the timer. I try to make it as light as possible, but it's like the timers like end up on an angle a little bit. So I guess the inside timer kind of like doesn't make contact properly, and it just stops eventually, like after a few minutes. So I can't do nothing about that. Unless you guys have some kind of idea that, you know, I could try out, but I'm pretty much just gonna give up on the whole idea. I mean, I can still use the, you know, the panning where it just goes in a circle. That works just fine. But yeah, so we're going to my parents now. My dad's cooking a recipe, so I'm gonna be filming that. So I'll see you there.
It's really, really, really nice. Look at that. Everything is good. The only thing, the wine go crazy a little bit. Salute.
Yeah, Meerkat and Periscope there.
Yeah. I like wine. What? I think everybody like wine.
All right, just finished up a delicious dinner. I still don't even know how to pronounce it, but yeah, it's gonna be up on Sunday. So if you want to check out that recipe, it's gonna be up on his channel. So if you just check this out, like, so you can twist it to get the timer going. Kind of hard to do with one hand. But
Could just ask me to hold it.
we're good. I didn't break the third one yet. This one would be bad. And then you could adjust this one, but it eventually stops for some reason, thanks. When the GoPro's on here, it's tilting it down like this, and you see when it lifts like that right there, when that lifts, it like screws up the inside timer and it just stops. And also when this is on here, this gets lifted as well. So that screws it up also. I spent so much time on this today and I kind of don't want to look at it anymore. But we'll see, maybe tomorrow or a couple days later, I'll maybe want to do it again. But I really, really thought it was gonna work. Ah, my shoulder. So pretty much like this.
Oh my god, I haven't seen you do this.
Ah!
That's awesome.
Yeah, it's pretty hard. All right, so I just did a little bit of tweaking. I stuck a washer in here and that seems to like level it out a little bit. And I stuck a little washer in there and that sort of leveled it out a little bit also. Now, maybe it's not a complete failure. It still needs a tiny bit more like fixing up because when the GoPro's in here, it still tends to lean. So I need to figure out how to balance, how to make it not do that. I need to maybe put a counterweight here or something to bring that down and keep it level. Same goes for here. So maybe it's gonna work. We'll see what happens, but that's gonna be the end of this vlog. I hope you guys maybe try this out and achieve something better than me. So good luck with that because it's a little bit tough. At least it was for me. All right, so that's the end of this vlog. I hope you guys enjoyed it and I'll see you in my next one. Bye.